the way this breast they produce milk, I'm not sure saying that your fourth became be this. You don't pay for the game. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're hearing my voice for the first time, if this is your first time of coming across this channel, if this is your first time you're getting to see this face, hi, my name is Udori Jack Oseni and you're watching Up Close with Udori J, where I vlog about motherhood, lifestyle, stories of my life, the foods that I make, general trending topics in Nigeria amongst celebrities, random vlogs here and there, and do well to hit the subscribe button down below if you're yet to, and do not forget to like this video as we get ongoing. Also guys, don't forget to check out my channel because I'm certain you'd find something educating, inspiring, entertaining, and something that will make you laugh, so yeah, let's just get right into this video. So basically in today's video I'm going to be sharing I'm going to be talking about the part 2 of the initial video that I posted on my channel. If you've not seen that video, it's about my emergency / unplanned delivery at 31 weeks. I gave birth to my baby at 31 weeks and it was weighing 1.5 kg. It was something that we didn't plan, so if you've not watched that vlog, I'm going to be leaving a link to it in the description box, so do well to watch that video, and just so you could follow in sync, so you could be in sync with this one that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, because this is like the part 2 of that one. This is the stage where I got to meet my baby in the hospital and in his incubator. I had been discharged from where I was. I really don't want to go into details, so for you to properly understand this vlog, you just have to watch the other one. It's quite interesting. Trust me, you're going to love it, you're going to enjoy it. So please, I am pleading with you, watch it just so you would be in sync with this one. All right. So let me just start by saying that after I got discharged from the hospital where I gave birth to my baby, where I had my CS, like the private center where I had my CS, I got discharged in less than a week because I had to be strong for myself and of course for my son, just so I could get discharged in time, because he was not there with me. If he was there with me, it would have been a different case. Maybe I would have just been all right, knowing that the baby that I had just delivered is right next to me, but he wasn't with me, and we're too far apart. I had just given birth and I was far apart from my baby, and I knew what was wrong. I knew the circumstances of things, right? So I just needed to be strong for my baby, just so I could get discharged and then taken to where my baby is, so I could properly cater to my baby's needs, you get, and all. So I will have to form strong, even though I wasn't really strong, just so my doctor would see reason with me to discharge me and let me go. He was even shocked. It was like there was a time he came to the lights, that's why it's poor. There was a time he came to the office, because he's not always around. He has people that work for him, By the time he came to his office and he was trying to go through the records and document stuff, then he had somebody walking. Like, I had to force my footsteps to be loud and sound strong, as if, so when he hears it, he'll be like, okay, I think this lady is strong enough now to be discharged. When he heard it, he was like, who is that person that is walking down to my office? And they said it's one of his patients, the lady that had a CS. And I was like, how can she be walking that strong? And he was just shocked, and it made me feel good, because in my head I was like, okay, I think he's going to be discharging me soon, So when he saw me, when I had to meet him, I really wanted him to see me. I made myself obvious. I made myself available for him, and it was like, okay, I started asking him some questions. Basically, I was just coming strong. I had to go outside to receive air, to be with my family, to gist. I even was gisting with him. I was gisting with him with so much strength, and just to make him know that and see that I am strong. I need to go. He even had to mention it. It was like, I know all these things you're doing, you just want to go and be with your baby. Not like you're so healed, because I mean it's barely 4 days and you want to tell me you're up and you're already going about the hospital. I was like, Doctor, me, I'm strong, oh, I'm fine, no, I want to go and be with my baby. I cannot be here like this when my child is somewhere else and it's just my husband that is with him. And my sister's husband and my sister and my mom, they definitely used to go there to check up on him and check up on my husband too. But I just wanted to be there. I just wanted all of us to be in the same confined space, you get. And anyways, long story short, that night they took me to see my baby, and that was it. I had to go because at first the doctors, the nurses that were taking care of the babies in the incubator and of course in the NICU were not in need of my presence, because they had already asked after me and they said the mom just had a CS and she's trying to heal where she is. She's currently still in the hospital, but they said they were going to be needing me when it's time to breastfeed my baby, that they were not going to give my baby formula. They had to give my baby my first milk, of course, because that's very nutritious. You guys already know. If you don't know, I'm going to put what the name of the first breast milk is on the screen and the health benefit of it, why you shouldn't let your baby miss out on your very first breast milk. It's always yellowish in color, it's not white, it's not cream, yellow, and that is very healthy. Every new mom needs to feed their baby with that, either by expressing or breastfeeding, allowing your baby to latch natural. It's very good. It's actually very good. The doctors told us during antenatal, they told us, I read about it, and super good. I'm so glad that even if I did not have breast milk to feed my baby, even when I wasn't having breast milk, at least my baby finished all that first breast milk from me. You know, he didn't latch on me. I was always expressing and spoon feeding my baby throughout. Anyways, let's not divert. So they took me to the hospital to see my baby and of course express the meal that they needed to feed the baby with for the night, and they told me to express also for the next morning, because I mean breast milk can last, according to them. I don't know how long now, but I know it can last very well. Anyways, when I got to the hospital, I was trying my best to express my milk. It wasn't feeling, like I said in the other vlog, I cried when I saw my baby in the incubator, because that was not the plan I had for him. That was not the plan I had for myself too. I really wanted him to be fine, but he was so tiny, like super tiny, guys, very tiny. I was just staring at him in the incubator, like, and then I didn't know when I became so emotional and I broke down. I started crying, not loud, because I mean there are other children in the incubator. You know, I once saw twin babies, like from 2 different parents, twin babies, and in my head I was like, my babies would have survived if not for that stupid hospital that just killed my baby with drugs. If you guys have not watched my other video, like the part 1 of this, go and watch it. Go and listen to how, go and watch and know how I lost my babies. Were twin, actually. Watch and see and know how we lost the other one, and just one survived for us. That was why we had to forcefully go into an emergency delivery. Anyways, so I expressed the milk for my baby. It came out very tiny. The nurses were like, you need to try to express more, because this is too little. It's not even up to 2 mil. And I was like, 2 mil is actually very tiny. How come I cannot even have breast milk that can get up to 2 mil? Like, it was such a big challenge on my part, but I tried my best, and they could see that I was seriously trying my best, and I really wanted it to come out more than that, but it didn't flow. So I had to do what I could, but they told me that was going to be enough for him for the night, but they weren't sure about the next morning. Maybe if I am not available to give him that the next morning, they may just opt for formula, which I didn't mind, because I mean no breast milk was coming. Anyways, guys, after I expressed my milk, I stayed a while with my baby, and then I had to leave back to my own healing center, the private center where I delivered my baby. When I got there, I had to explain to the doctor that I need to go, that I'm strong, even that the remaining healing would happen at the center where my baby is, that he shouldn't worry, that I'll be fine. He should just give me my necessary drugs and then tell me when I'll come back for my next checkup, you know, and basically just dress my injury and let me go. He was like, okay, that he can see that I'm fine, that they were going to come later in the day to, you know, check the incision on of the CS and be sure of what to do. So when they came towards evening though. When they came, they checked it, they were like, okay, you're healing very well. We were actually scared that, in quote, we were actually scared that this injury is going to get infected, because we didn't want to say initially, but we're saying it right now, that when we were carrying out the CS, the water of the dead baby busted in your womb. We tried to clean it. That's why we've been giving you a lot of antibiotics, and we're so glad that it worked. And you know, there's no cause for alarm, so you're healing very well. There's no cause for alarm. The surface of the injury is good, how it should be. And you know, they took out the plaster and they applied GV. Is it GV or BGB? I don't know, but that purple like stuff, they applied it on the surface, and they gave him necessary drugs, and they told me how I'll be taking it, you know, and they told me when I'll come back for checkup, and always call them when I experience anything out of the ordinary. They already told me the necessary things that I was going to expect and experience. Anything outside that, I should always call the doctor. Yeah, so when they did that, they now said, okay, it's time to discharge me and let me go, that I wasn't going to sleep there for the night. I'll definitely be discharged that evening. I was so happy, guys. You guys, my heart almost busted. I was so happy. Anyways, we got discharged, and I head ahead straight to where my child is. I didn't even want to branch home. I didn't want to have a bath. I didn't want why am I having my bath? Didn't I have my bath in the hospital where I was? I mean, that was a private center. It was more like home, but not home. But it was very comfortable, and the nurses come to bathe me and, you know, give me a change of clothes and basically take care of me. So I had to tell them that I'm not coming home. The same way I am in this hospital, I'll just pack myself to where my child is. And I just hope I get a space to stay with my looks and, you know, somewhere to stay sharp. But the sad thing is, if you did not give birth in teaching hospital, right? If you just came in with your child, or maybe you just came in from outside, they would receive your child, they will treat your child, but there will be no provision for your well-being. They can't take care of you, they can't give you a bed space. I'm sorry, they do not know you. They only know their patient, which is the baby you brought. And except you gave birth there, that's when they will give you a bed space, and of course know that, okay, you are also their patients. The mother and the baby is their patients. It was a bit of a serious challenge, guys. When I got there, right, I didn't even know what to do. I didn't know where to stay. I was confused. We had to go and look for their lodge, at least where they pay money to stay. But when we got there, it was dead, very dead. There's no way I will stay there. I will not fall sick. There's no way it just felt like I was, oh God, I don't even know how to explain it. When I went there, so few persons there, but the place, but the house better person is dead, guys. It was so dead. I was like, no, this place is so, and it's so lonely. The place just give one kind of mortuary vibe. No, I don't even know how to say it. It just gave some kind of vibe like that. But my elder sister was like, no, that even her, she cannot even stay here. Talk more of me, that I won't be able to stay here. That it will make me think too much, plus the situation that I was in, and you know, although it's not even that close to where my baby is, it was so far away from the world where my baby is, you know. So I was like, this is a no. So what I'll do is I'll just, because I saw other mothers there, I saw other people that didn't give birth to their baby there, but they had their baby in the ward. So I asked them how they are doing, and they told me that they sleep on the passage of the ward, they sleep under the staircase. They just try to look for somewhere to lay their head, because I mean, these nurses come to call them every now and then, you know, to come and cater to their baby. So they just try to hang around the ward. So whenever they are called, they could easily hear that in the mornings, as early as 4, 5, they try to have their bath in the bushes. I mean, teaching hospital Oyo is quite big, and they have bushes, and they try to have their bath in, I don't know, not an exposed place like that. And you know, you can always have water now. There's tap, there's water. They had their buckets, and we all have our buckets, and you know, just felt like a mini boat to school. So you have your bath, and then just get ready, lie down a bit, but once it's 6, start packing up your mats and whatever you're using to lie down, because cleaners will come to clean, and everyone is already awake in the hospital. So you always have to be vigilant and fast. My little relative was with me, and so I had to tell my sister, you know what, I can do this, I'll just try to. I was in pain, CS. I saw other mothers on CS too, so I was like, if this ones can do it, I will do it. So I mean, it's all for our baby to be alright, right? And it's all for us to be there, just so when they need our attention, would easily answer it. And plus, in case you don't know, they call you according to your baby's name. For me, when they needed my attention from my baby, they call me baby Yomi, and then I'll now start running. Yes, mom, here. Then they may tell you, we need a blood sample, or we need to go and run this test, or your baby needs these drugs, or your baby needs his diaper has finished, so you need to buy more diaper, or you need to buy more injection, you know, gloves, blah 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 and blah. You need to make food for your baby. His food is no more there. Your baby's food is not here. Every other mom's food is here. We need to feed the baby. You know, basically they call you when they need anything. So you always have to be available. You just have to find yourself hanging around the hospital walls, the four walls of that world. You just have to be available and very attentive. Anyways, even if you don't hear, other mothers will definitely hear and call and tap you for your attention, that they need you inside. We became friends. We became each other's keeper. You know, when we go in to check up on our babies, we check up on the other person's baby. So there are times that I'll go in to check on my baby, and the mother will tell me, please check on my baby, check and see if my baby is crying, check and see if my baby's food is still there, so I'll know, I'll come and express milk for my baby. I tried my best so much to express milk. There are times that my baby would eat 5 meal. As he was growing, bit by bit, his meal of food was increasing. So I would always express milk according to his meal. I remember the nurses were the ones that go around to feed the babies. We could not feed the baby because they had tubes, you know, and all. So they passed the milk through their tube, through their nose, down into their stomach. I can't do that. I cannot do that. Except they remove the baby from the incubator. That's when we, the mothers, are allowed to have direct contact and care for the baby. Aside that, it's the nurses that care for the baby. All we do is come in, express milk every 2 hours. You come in, you drop your food for your baby. They go around, they pick it. Everyone have the name of their baby written, their baby's name written on their baby's stuff, maybe cup, spoon, you know, flags, everything about your baby. You just have your name written on it, and so they just go around and feed the baby every 2 hours. There are times where I get so weak I don't even have any milk in my boobs. And then when I come, I'll just be, as I'm expressing, I'm crying, I'm praying to God, I'm saying, God, please, he needs to eat. He cannot continue being in that state. He needs to eat. And plus, the nurses and doctors have told me that he needs breast milk for speedy recovery. And I was praying to God, I was like, this thing I don't have, how do I do it? It was a battle, serious battle. And one nurse saw reason with me. She felt it. I don't know. She put herself in my shoe and she called me and she was like, you know what? You need to sleep. Don't worry about the next 4 hours of your baby's food. We'll feed your baby formula. Nothing will happen to your baby. You need to sleep. When you rest well, you will see that you will have enough breast milk. When she told me that, I felt touched. I cried and I thanked her, and then I went to sleep. It was in the night. I remember I didn't wake up. I slept as early as 10, and I didn't wake up I had already pumped at 10 before I slept, 10 p.m. I had already expressed milk for his 10 p.m. feeding. I think I expressed what even lasted for 10 p.m. and 12, you know, every 2 hours, right? So I slept for 10, I slept for 12, I slept for 2, then I woke up at 4 a.m. 3 hours of sleep. Is that 3 hours? 6 hours of sleep. I enjoyed myself, guys. Hey, it was something I've never experienced for the longest. So when I slept that sleep, hey, when you're a mom, like when you have a newborn, you know that sleep is luxury. Sleep, you'll be envying people that sleep anyhow. Like you just be looking at them like, So just get time, just to sleep like your own better. You go dey envy people. Do you know when I woke up, I felt so new. I felt so brand new. I felt like all the burdens of my life have left me like this. Like, I felt so refreshed. I felt so new. When I went, I wasn't satisfied, but I was okay. Like, I was very okay with that sleep. I had to wake up at 4. I went inside immediately to check on my baby, of course, and then, guys, I kid you not, relaxed mind and sleep increases breast milk. When I expressed milk that 4 o'clock, I expressed what lasted for 4 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and 12 p.m. 5 feeding. That was what I brought out of me. It was just coming out prr, prr, like one cow that is releasing milk for people to come and turn to a powder milk. Like, guys, the thing was just flowing. Me, I was even feeling good. I was feeling myself. I was looking at other mothers, they were struggling. Man, I was like, see my own, they flow, like the thing they come out. Can you see, there was this particular mother, let me even talk about her, the way that lady's milk used to flow. I had to ask her, Begu, is this your first or second child? Because the way this breast they produce milk, I'm not sure saying that your fourth became be this. You don't pay for the game. The whole nipple already has hole. God. It was so funny. It's always very funny to watch and very beautiful to watch at the same time. It's like an ASMR. I just used to envy her. I'll just be looking at her. She can just pro. She'll come and meet us. We've been struggling for so long, but immediately she comes pro. She has already pumped 1 full cup. Pro 2 cups. Pressing, no, not pump, not machine pump. We'll just be hailing her every time she comes. We'll just be giving her hands like, oh more, this your picking go fast, like seeing milk. They get the pump, her breast can release milk. So that's it, guys. And I suffered in the hospital. There were times that I would lie down on the floor, rain will be falling, kai, because it was just, I don't even know how to, let me just try and see if I can explain it. This is where my baby's ward is. Then in front of it, there's like an open space up there. Then that's where the passage is. And you guys cannot understand, but I'm just trying to let you know that where I sleep, there's no roof. There's a roof where I sleep, but where there's a part where there's no, it's just an open roof, like open space, heaven, there's no roof. It's not like the roof is bad, there's no roof. And when it rains, it pours down. And then it touches me at night because I just sleep next to the open, I don't know how to explain, but he used to touch me. And my husband, God bless this man, God bless that man, he never left my side. I told you guys that he came down to Uyo for our delivery, and he never left until he was sure his family was okay. He was always with me in the hospital. I tell him, go home and sleep, don't be with me, I'm fine. I already have somebody that is here with me to ensure I'm fine. He would make sure he sleep there with me in the hospital on the floor. He will sleep there on the floor, and when it rains, that's how he will carry the mat and cover the both of us so it doesn't touch us. The mat that we used is this kids foamy mat that has like alphabet stuff written on it. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then I felt like I was the only one living in luxury. I had pillows, I had duvet, I had that mat, 2 of it. My mom brought 2 of that mat, and she'll tell me to double it at night just so the cold of the floor doesn't affect me. And then she gave me pillows, she gave me the one that was spread on the mat, she gave me duvet for night and all, and against mosquito, because the mosquitoes there. So my husband would be there with us. My little relative that stayed with me, she had her own mat. She sleeps next to me every night like this. Once nights don't reach, everybody will start getting their space, because if you miss your space, no space again, it don't full. A lot of mothers out there under the staircase full. Most times when I want to sleep in the afternoons, I sleep under the staircase, because that's like where they really don't disturb us. You cannot sleep on the passage of the hospital during the day, because I mean it's on frequent use. It's a teaching hospital on frequent use. So where you can even have a little bit of rest and peace is under the staircase. You go right under there, and then you spread your mat and sleep. That's like where I sleep in the afternoon when I'm so tired, and most times when I'm so pressed. when I really scattered the hospital with my pee. I was peeing every minute because I was drinking water every minute just to have breast milk. Every second that they pee. If you were a mom, you understand, you can relate to what I'm saying. The more you consume liquid, the more you pee. So I was always pressed, and there's no way I can access toilet easily. So I just anywhere, just the pee, open my nyash, the pee. I did not care. The thing that I was doing was more than anybody seeing my nakedness at the moment. I just did not care. I just wanted to pee and be fine and go inside and take care of my baby, you know. Anytime I get a hold of my baby, they didn't even allow me hold that boy. They didn't allow me hold. There were times that I would just go and stand on in his incubator. I'll just be looking at him. I'll be praying. My parents will come. They will be praying, you know, from afar and all. The only thing I kept telling my baby was, fight for me. Fight. You can fight out of this. You've been fighting since you fought in the womb. You didn't go with your brother. Fight out. Fight out of this incubator for me. I didn't want this to happen to you. It's not my fault. You see me, I am even not okay, but I'm trying to be okay for you, so you have to be okay for me. So we have to be okay for ourselves. Anytime I get to my baby's incubator, those were the things I was saying to him. I would pray for him. I would call him his name Amani, that his name is Warrior. He should fight out of it for me. Anytime I get to where my baby is lying down, like in his incubator, anytime I talk to him and I beg him to attain a certain kg for me, a certain weight, he always gives me that milestone. Like, he always hits it. I don't know how to explain this to you guys. They always check their weight every Wednesdays and Fridays, right, to be sure there's an improvement in their weight and their body. Whenever I get a hold of whenever I get to where my baby is lying, I always tell him, they're coming to check your weight today. Maybe if it's a Wednesday or a Friday, they're coming to check your weight today, and you have to fight to get to the weight they want to see. You are currently on 1.2. He actually dropped weight from when he was born. He was born at 1.5, but in the incubator he dropped to 1.2. But they said he was going to pick it up again. Whenever I get to meet him, I tell him they're coming to check your weight today. Give them 1.4. I know you can do it. I'm trying my best to feed you. I'm trying my best to express milk that I don't have. I know the kind of mede that I've eaten just to have milk for you to come out of this place. This is not home. You have to come out. We have to go home to luxury. Don't think this is home because you're inside here and turning, you know, fighting karate inside this incubator. Can't you see it's tight? It is not home. We need to go home for you to sleep on a proper bed. A beautiful bed and sheets that I have bought just for you. We need to go home. You need to give them the weight that they want you to have so they can graduate you from this incubator and take you to court. Guys, my baby, that boy, all the nurses were saying, Omo, this your son is going to be a tall boy, and I'm seeing the result right now because at his age, just 1.6 months, just 1 year 6 months, he's so tall. I'm going to insert the picture of him here on the screen. I know you guys cannot determine his weight, his height, but he's tall for his age. Honestly, he's too big for his age, and he's very weighty for his age currently. Anyways, inside his incubator, he was always turning. Do you know that you can place his head this way, the next minute you're seeing his head this way? As tiny as he was, as a lizard as he was, I'm not even talking nonsense. He will turn, even with all the wires connected on his body. He will turn to this other side. He will turn to the boy was just flipping around the incubator. And I kept on asking the nurses if they were the ones that were flipping him. They'll tell me, no, don't you know this your baby is fighting karate? Most mothers will be like, come go see your pikin. He don't cross leg. When he's sleeping, he will keep his hand like this, and then he will cross his leg and he'll be sleeping. When he's tired, he'll not keep his hand like this. And then he would turn. Like, he was so comfortable. So I told myself, you really want to live for me, fight for me. Your name is David. Fight and fight out of this place strong. So whenever I tell him that they're coming to check his weight, that he should give them 1.4. Miraculously, he used to give them with the weight that I tell him to give them. Honestly, I'm not even exaggerating. So that now made me know that they actually listen to us when we talk. They are actually hearing us when we talk. They are actually indeed spirits. So they hear you and they do what you want. They see that you're not happy. They see that you're sad. They see that you want the best for him. They see that you really don't want to be here. You don't even want them to be here. They see that you're stressed out and you're tired, that you want to go home. He listened to me. He listened to me. There are times that I would go to check up on my baby, and then I'll find some other baby not doing well. Some other babies not doing well. On 2 occasions, I've gone there to check on my baby, and I saw a baby that in the incubator that had died. I'm not even exaggerating. Midnight, around 2, something just woke me up to go and check up on my baby. When I went, the baby next to him was already lifeless and white. I started screaming. I said the nurses were already sleeping. I had to go and tap on the one that was on duty that, please, you need to check on the baby next to my baby. I don't know what is wrong, but that baby does not look okay. When she now went and checked on the baby, and she was shouting at Jesus. She now started performing CPR, pressing the tiny baby. That baby is like 600 grams. My baby is way bigger than that baby. Started pressing the tiny chest of that baby. Pressed and pressed, did everything that she could. Finally, they brought the baby back to life, and I was like, thank God I was the one that saw it. Who knows what would have happened to that baby? God, please use all these good deeds of mine to save mine. Another time that even made me get so scared that I didn't even sleep throughout the night was when the doctor came, and when he saw my baby, was like, okay, this baby has been doing well. He has been hitting his weight milestones beautifully. It's time to take him out of the incubator and place him in baby cots. Okay, no, before then they said it's time to, because my baby was on oxygen. He had finished like almost 8 bottles of, what is it? Is it not 12? I think almost 12 bottles of long and big oxygen. We always buy the one that he's currently using, and then we buy an extra one just in case there's no one there to, immediately pay for a new one. My husband just tries to make 2 available at every time, so that when he exhausts one, they can just switch to the next one immediately without, he doesn't want to hear that there's anything that is obstructing, just shall understand what I'm saying. That oxygen thing, me, I don't like it though. When I just say that somebody is on oxygen, my mind used to skip. I feel like if the person cannot breathe on his own, that means you're not going to come out from this oxygen. So I was really scared. I was crying. But my own case, I was a bit relaxed because he's a newborn and his case is different. He really needed oxygen to survive. So I was always praying to God that please, you should fight out of this. So when the doctor came, and then he said, after going through the routine check and everything, so my baby was like, okay, this baby needs to go without oxygen for 24 hours. We need to monitor him closely to see if he can actually survive without oxygen. I was supposed to be happy, right? I was shaking. I was like, God, can he breathe? Can he survive? Can he, I was just worried. I was just being worried now. No matter, even if you see, you'll be worried. I did not sleep throughout that night. I was always making sure to go and see my baby. Every 1 hour, I did go check up on my baby to be sure he's breathing fine. They took out oxygen from him. They want him to breathe on his own. With his own lungs that was not matured when I gave it to him. Something they gave me injection to mature his lungs. They want him to breathe on his own. He got that big. I was so scared. I was always checking up on my baby every minute. And the nurses were even tired of seeing me there. Every time they would tell me, this girl. Actually, you've not worked in an incubator center before. The way you used to come and watch incubator, we don't understand. In my head, I was like, I don't know what they do me. And I want to sit down and they talk now. We Nigerian nurses can always gossip and look for what to talk and then crack yourself up and laugh. It's me that know what to do. Just allow me see my baby. Anytime I come in contact with my baby like this, I'm praying for my baby. So just allow me see my baby. Even though there's a glass obstructing us, just allow me. Then I was always watching him closely, and I was so happy that he did it. Well, my joy was complete. I was like, you made it. Every morning I go to see him, I greet him, I gist with him, I tell him everything that is occurring, I just try to relate with him like as if I'm relating with an adult. He's crying. Can you guys hear his voice? That old man is crying. Somebody that did not have voice to cry when he was a baby. Somebody that when he wants to cry, he would do because no lungs. The way he shouts now, The way he shouted, sometimes I feel like you should not even cry again because I'm tired of hearing cry. You guys, you don't, they're not gonna understand, Sha. If you people stay with this boy for just one day, your head is scatter. At times I just want to, I'll just remember how I gave birth and I'll just calm down because it's a blessing. It's my miracle. Almost. I will tell you guys about this part that one time I went to check up on him in the incubator, and the nurse that was on duty then, she's like friendly to almost all mothers, and when I met her I was like, can I just hold my baby a little, even though he's so tiny? I'll try for him not to fall, please. And she was like, sure. You know, somebody that kind of nurse, she has the heart of a mother. She now brought out my baby so little. This was the hand that used to carry him. That's how tiny he was. And I was just looking at him, I was like, Jesus, eating person is more like this. When will this one be fat? When with all these ribs on this? I'll put a picture. His father may not like it, but let me just put a picture on the screen for you guys to see. That's the only picture that we managed to even get. It was even my elder sister that told one of the student doctors that were there that please, she should help her to just snap the baby in the incubator. That's how we even have this picture. If not, if we not get them. Thank God I have this for his own sake, to show him later on in future and for my own use too. So when I carried him, it was just like this. I was just looking at him like, God, when will this ribs cover? When will this tummy that is flat like this be big? When now see him. See him. See Yoga. See Yoga. I remember those times some nurses would be telling me that now then they big pass. Now them they fat pass. Now then they sabi something pass. No be lie yo. He's big, eh? Bigger than his age. That when they see my baby, they give my baby 2 years plus, and I'm like, he's just 1 year 6 months, and they will scream like, how? Okay, some persons may not really understand his weight until they try to lift him and they'll scream. Yeah, there's nobody that tried to carry my baby that don't shout, Jesus, what does he eat? Jesus, this boy is, there is nobody. I'm not even exaggerating. That's why I always say he does not even look his weight. He's weightier than what he looks, honestly. It feels like there's a stone inside. There's a stone that is sitting down in his stomach. When you try to lift him, like the two will just drag you back like boom. Also, that's why I carried him then, and I prayed for him. When my mom or my family comes, they'll not allow them enter. They have to, my mom will just be spying the baby from the window and be praying for my baby too. You know, they always bring food for me to eat. They always bring hot water every day from the house, because where will I boil hot water, you know? So they always bring hot water to me every day in the hospital, because I have to take tea. I have to eat my Quaker oats just for breast milk. And you know, I actually made friends with a lot of mothers. It felt like we were in our own world. I didn't even know what was happening in the world at that period. I didn't even know, and I didn't even care. I just was so comfortable and okay at the space that I found myself, and at the circumstance that I found myself, situation that I found myself at the moment. I didn't like it, but I just had to, you know, find a balance and then find comfort in the situation that I found myself in at the moment. And I had to make friends with mothers that I hadn't met before in my life. We always gist, we always laugh, we make each other's hair. It just felt like a world on its own, and it was actually really, really very okay, until when the doctor came again for another routine check, and then he saw that my baby was very okay. He now said, okay, they have to remove this baby from the incubator and place the baby in baby cot. That's like my baby has graduated. Oh, my baby is doing well. He don't graduate from womb now, he's in the outside world. You guys see him, but he came to disturb me. He came to disturb mommy. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. He wants to have his nice one. See. 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 Say cheese. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. So guys, when they now took him to the court, they now said, can I talk? When they now took him to the court, they now said, okay, over to me to take care of him now. No more nurses will be taking care of him. They will definitely monitor him and observe him closely, but I'll be the one changing his diaper. I'll be the one giving him his food. I'll be the one dressing him up. I'll be the one cleaning his body. I'll be the one taking care of my baby, but they will do the basic vitals like checking his I'll even check his temperature, and if I notice that it's higher or it's too low, I'll let them know. Aside the normal random routine checks that they do, I just have to be the one taking care of my baby right now because he's in the cots. He's now like a newborn. You understand? He's now in the court next to his mom. That is me. So of course I'll be taking care of my baby. I was so happy because it was something that I was looking forward to doing. I now felt like other moms that just come to the court, pick their baby, change his diaper, feed him, you know. Shh. So I now started taking care of him. It was sweet, it was beautiful, but the sad part about it is his weight started dropping. When they come to do his routine check, they'll be like, "Baby Yomi, we don't know why you're making this baby lose weight. Are you not feeding him well? We'll take him back to the incubator. Is that what you want? He has dropped weight. He was on 1.5. Why is he on 1.3? I was so sad. I was feeling so bad. Parrot. I felt like I wasn't doing something right. I was sad about it. I prayed about it, and since I had direct physical contact to him, I was always praying for him, praying with him, talking to him to help me, to help him, you know. And then he started picking again. And then it started skyrocketing, and then he now hit 1.8 kg, and they now told me I was doing well, you know, and encouraged me, and that was when they now told us that we're going to be discharged from the hospital. Guys, we got discharged from the hospital. We got discharged from the hospital, and I was still happy. And you know, that's how we left. Other moms were already discharged, and I was just the same mothers that were admitted the same time with me got discharged before me. So I was always praying to God, when will it be my turn? Until it became my turn, and I got admitted, I got discharged. You stop. We came back home, and there was a challenge. My mom didn't know how to beat him. She was confused. So we were just cleaning him up because he was still very tiny, and then we would just rub in this kernel oil because it's very hot. Like not hot like rub, like aboniki balm. It just makes them warm. You know, you'll still be covering him. He's still a preemie. You'll still be covering him up, wear him his cap, socks, everything. Don't expose him to, you know, air. And I was still covering him very well. We took care of him very, very well. He survived. And this is my baby. Do you want to end this vlog? So that is my story, guys. I may have skipped out on a lot of parts. That's because this young man here came and he has distracted me. I'm about to beat him now. He just had dinner. He just had dinner, and I'm about to beat him for the night. And kiss. Kiss. Again. Again. I love you. Bye. Love you too. So yeah, this is my story, guys. If you enjoyed watching and you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. He's begging you people, at least if not for me, for him. Subscribe, like this video, and tell them subscribe. Tell you guys subscribe. Say bye. 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 We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, please subscribe. Say bye. Bye 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 bye. 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 Kiss kiss. Kiss kiss. Kiss kiss. Bye. Bye.